You probably noticed that I've got a bit of a cold, so please excuse my breathy, cold-ridden voice. Thanks. Hi there, and welcome to Rose Sky Tarot, and thanks for joining me today. This reading is for the sign of Scorpio for the 26th of November 2018. Now, this is a general reading and may not speak to everyone, but hopefully something within it will reach you in some way. Enjoy. Let's get started. Okay, let's have a look at the top three cards here. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse, we have the Hermit in reverse, and we have the Star. Now that's two major arcana cards straight away, just on the general gist of the reading. So this is something that is going to take, it's going to take your life by storm. This is something that will be changing how you view things. Now, in looking at the Ace of Wands, there's something that you want to do that grabs your passion. And you want to maybe do this as a career. You want to find the opportunities to make this a huge part of your life. But are you maybe struggling to find them? Has the opportunities maybe not arrived? Maybe your energy is kind of dipping because of that. And what you want to happen has been delayed. Excuse me. And maybe because of this, and moving on to the Hermit in reverse, have you maybe felt a little bit low because of it? That all these passions that you have and you can't use them, or you don't have the opportunity to use them. And it could be that maybe you're a little bit self-absorbed. Because of that, you're searching yourself for reasons why this isn't happening for you. Or it could be that you're taking yourself away to focus on this. And moving on to the Star, because of this time away to focus, or the self-absorption of, how you're going to do it, maybe what's holding you back. Have you maybe had a renewed energy, a renewed spirit about you that is driving you forward to pursue those dreams? And it's got your optimism back and your faith that you can do this. All right, let's have a look at the larger reading. So I'm just going to move these over to the side. Now, in looking over here to the Two of Wands, this project that you were thinking of, the one that has your desire, the one that you want to do, you feel that this is yours. This is your project to command. And that you should be the one making the decision and making the plans. But in taking these cards together, we have the Chariot in reverse, the Fool in reverse, the Three of Swords in reverse. Pardon me. Now, with this project, are you maybe not sure of which direction to take? And is that delaying you making a move forward? You maybe not feeling as in control of what's happening? Has has things maybe started to roll out of your control, and it's made you feel a little bit of, naive, that you thought that this was going to be something that you would have total command over? And has this information or this truth been really heartfelt, that you're not maybe as in control as you thought you would, and you feel a little bit foolish, maybe? And moving on to the Knight of Swords, has this foolishness made you act irrationally? Have you gone in with all guns blazing and telling people how it should be and your way's the right way because it's your project? And without having the bigger plan, the direction, you know, it could be that maybe your ego and looking at the devil has taken over. Has the ownership of this project, sorry, excuse me, or have you become obsessive about it, that nobody else should be involved in it apart from you? And moving on to the second row, all of these things are choices that you've made. And are you feeling a little bit stuck because some of the choices that you've made have turned out to be less than realistic? If they not worked out as well as you thought, and you're feeling a little bit confused about that? And moving on to the death card in reverse, this has been a blow. The fact that has not worked out for you as well as you thought. This was your project in your mind, and you feel maybe that the choices that have been made have not been yours, have not went the right way, your way. And you're feeling a little bit lost in that. You've lost your energy or your faith in this project because of it. Feeling a bit downhearted. And that is something that is difficult to move on from, because it feels as though maybe your dream has been taken away. But in moving on to the Eight of Wands, is some new information coming your way? Messages or actions that are coming to you out of the blue that seem to smooth out the problems? And looking at the Strength card here, this is about recognising your personal qualities, recognising your good points and points that maybe have some weaknesses in them, or be difficult for other people to accept. And although this is something that you may feel that to get on with this project or get on in life, that you have to repress that, and not let people see. But that is something that you can only do for so long. Whatever, it could be your ego, or, your dominance, or whatever it may be, your anger, um, your lack of decision making skills, there's a whole degree of level of intensity there. But the trick is to look at those things and find a place for them in your life, because repressing something, it won't last long, and when it does come back into your life, it is going to blow the wall apart. It's going to be, here I am, and my way or the highway. So looking at how you can find the strength within yourself, the control within yourself, to moderate these things and manage them within your life, and harness it, then that is the way to go. That will give you the strength to get through this. Because in moving on to the High Priestess, you don't really know what the future holds for you. Life is like a flow of a river. That the streams come in and streams go out, and the flow can be quiet and pleasant, or it can be rough and rocky. So the future is something that you have to experience. It's not something that you can read in a book or plan for, because plans don't always work out. Plans don't always run as smoothly as you think they do. So this new ideology of how to live your life is something that you're just going to have to wing, because it's going to take you reacting to things as they come along, and doing it in a controlled way to make it work. And it could be that you've looked at the project in a romantic way, a way that's maybe lost in a bubble. That you've seen this project from the very beginning to be yours, to be directed by you, and it maybe has not worked out that way. And this is something that, this is life. You've romanticised maybe the idea and how it's going to work, and then life has got in the way. But how you react to it and how you manage it and react to these experiences and new opportunities and challenges is what's going to give you the strength to get there. Now I'm going to bring these top 3 cards back in. And there was the Ace of Wands, the Hermit in reverse, and the Star. Now the Ace of Wands and going over the deeper reading, maybe your opportunities didn't work out as you thought they were going to be, and you did pull away, and you had to look at how you were doing things and maybe isolate yourself a little bit to understand yourself better. And once you've done this, you know, the opportunities are still there. Your dreams are still there. And in taking that time out and reevaluating that this is something you've realised, your optimism has returned and you're willing to give it another shot. And maybe this dream that you had from childhood, maybe this was a childhood dream that you had, and you're trying to bring it into action, and that's why you are so fixated on how it should go. But sometimes you do romanticize things of how you see them as a child, and it isn't really realistic in today's times. But in looking at the star, those dreams are very present and very accessible to you. You just need to moderate how you deal with things and go with the flow. All right, I'm going to leave it there, and hopefully something in this reading has spoken to you and it's gave you some sort of a message that'll help. All right, I'm going to leave you there, and hopefully I'll see you the next time. Bye.